So he had asked me if I wanted to play a Ouija board, which like I said, coming from me, that wasn't like my go-to thing. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to just go do something like that. But I was honestly really depressed. I was even contemplating. I had suicidal, like thoughts in my head, And so I just said, you know what? Okay. Whatever, let's just do it. I just want to just do something productive, something fun, like just like try to bring some joy into my life, And so we're playing it, right? And, you're setting it up, you're doing the things, asking the questions and stuff. And then we hear a loud slam on the door. We're like, what the heck, It's like we're starting to freak out, we walk over, nothing's there, blah, blah, blah. We hear things moving around, So we're hearing demons. We're actually summoning demons. When you play the Ouija board, you're actually summoning demons, which is literally the whole point of the game. But anyways, back to the story. So things are actually moving around, and we're actually getting kind of freaked out, Doors are slamming open, we're hearing banging on the windows and stuff like that. So then we try to close out the session, we try to close it out, blah, blah, blah. We go to bed, right? I go home. The next night, I'm in my bed, and it's like midnight, and I usually always sit up late, either playing video games or watching YouTube or something like that. And I remember I'm sitting in my bed, right? I'm just relaxing. And I was like looking at my TV on the wall, and something just happened to grab my attention on like the corner of my room, and like I just looked over, and it was a demon. The best way I could describe it was just a black figure. It really didn't have a face. I could see eyes, and it was just like it was perched up in the corner of my wall, like Spider-Man, just staring at me. I know a lot of people say this is like related to sleep paralysis and stuff like that, because then you can't move, but I could move. I remember I sat back and looked at it, and I saw it slowly crawling down the wall, and then it lunged at me. Like it literally went face to face with me, and that's all I remember. I blacked out. I remember I woke up the next morning, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I was freaking out. And I looked at my body, and I wish I saw these pictures, because I had pictures of I had them on my old Snapchat. There was writing all over me, all over my entire body, on my neck, on my face, all over my arms, all over my back, in a different language, in different symbols, nothing that I could understand. And I had cuts all from my neck down through my chest, and that awoke something inside me.